My question is to the Minister of Government and Consumer Services. Mr. Speaker, last year over 1,000 counterfeit accessible parking permits were confiscated in Toronto, up by 28% in just 1 year. Apparently, motorists are able to easily access or create these fake permits. This government's response was to tighten up security on newly issued permits only. Mr. Speaker, I would like the minister to explain how barcodes on new permits will help to alleviate fraud, since the old permits, which are easily counterfeited, are still accepted until they expire.
Thank you. Minister of Government and Consumer Services.
Thank you, Speaker, and I appreciate the question. I think the member knows full well the importance of these permits to Ontarians and to those who need them and need access to these spaces in Ontario. The last thing we want to see is anyone counterfeiting or fraudulently using these types of permits in Ontario. We think that is a despicable practice for somebody to fraudulently take a permit and take a spot or a space from someone who has a disability or is in need to have that type of access. So, Speaker, on this side of the House, we're concerned about that issue. We're taking steps within our government and our ministry to tighten up the security of these permits, to make them tougher to counterfeit, and that was the purpose of the announcement. That's what we're aiming to do, Speaker. We're going to continue to work with the accessibility community to continue to make these permits stronger for Ontarians and to reduce fraud that's out there in the province. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you very much. And my question really didn't address the fact that we're trying to tighten up security. I mentioned that we're tightening up security. My question is, why aren't we tightening up security on the existing permits and not just waiting for those permits to expire? And, Mr. Speaker, thousands of Ontarians, we know, struggle with mobility issues. Many face additional burdens when accessible parking is taken up by these fraudsters. When designated spots are unavailable, motorists with permits are sometimes allowed to park in no parking or no stopping zones. Unfortunately, our accessible parking rules vary from municipality to municipality, resulting in much confusion. For example, Thornhill resident Michelle Zalden received a ticket in the City of Vaughan for parking with a permit in an area that's acceptable in Toronto. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to know if the minister plans to streamline accessible parking regulations so that Ontario residents struggling with mobility challenges don't need to carry with them a copy of every municipality's parking regulations.
Just a quick question.
Thank you, Speaker. I appreciate the supplementary question. And as the member knows, we've taken a number of steps to increase the security measures, increase fines related to this. And I'm certainly happy to take any suggestions that the member may have back to the ministry to review them, to work with the member opposite to continue to raise the standard in how we protect consumers and those individuals with accessibility needs in Ontario. And I should remind the member, and I think the member knows, that not all of these disabilities and individuals they're obvious disabilities or they're visible disabilities, and so we need to make sure that the permits are provided for individuals who need them in Ontario. I'm committed to working with the member opposite to do all that we can to strengthen these provisions for individuals who need these permits. Thank you.